Hey, good morning, sixth graders. This is Tuesday, October 13th. Ooh, unlucky 13. So today is the last day I will see cohort B. And then, frankly, tomorrow is a Wednesday. So we're going to have first chapters Wednesday. And then we'll have 2 days off. A legit Thursday, Friday, nothing to log on to. I do recommend that you follow up with any work that's missing because this is our natural break. And it's perfect timing because it's kind of like halfway between now and then winter break. So go after it, right? Get into that rhythm where you finish all your work. And then when we start next Monday, you're really pretty much set because Monday is the map tests and Tuesday's map tests. Um, so it's not awesome. I don't love starting that way, but then when we get past that, then we will be able to we're moving into a novel. And I think you're going to like it. It's pretty powerful. So, anyway, that being the case, we're still building some skills. So, this annotation is really an important skill. So, we're going to practice it again today. So today, the annotation comes from a book called Barrio Boy by Ernesto Galarza. Now, the thing about this is a book, and we're going to be reading a chapter from it. It's really short, not really short, but it's a pretty short chapter. And it actually is kind of the beginning of the book where he talks about moving from his home all the way to America and an American school. And he's the narrator. This is our guy. This is our speaker, is Ernesto Galarza. And so as you read today, and it's a very cool story about school and something you're very familiar with, but actually I think it does tie to community. You're going to be going back to these symbols. This would be our third day. If you think about it, we started with a song, followed it up with an article. That was yesterday. And now today we're reading about a little longer. It's a chapter. It's written like a story, but it is nonfiction. It is a autobiography. So again, to keep going back, the key part to all of and I noticed some of you are doing a great job of this, but the key is not just the annotation, right? The underline, the question mark, the exclamation, or the confusing word. It's the part right here where you actually add some like explanation. That's really key. All right. And I will say this, some of you are struggling a little bit with notability, and I get that. And you're not asking for help, which is a bummer because I can help you. But if you can't upload into Notability, you can always go to a notebook like this, right? So this is all my same notes here from the same song, but I'm writing them out a little bit more as notes. It does the same thing. So I could look at this and I could still remember stuff that I read. The whole point of this, guys, is when you annotate, you're interacting with the text. You literally are. It worked yesterday in class. I asked some students about some specific details from the article, and they were able to remember it. It's because of the annotation. So when you go into that deep, like connecting with the text, it really helps form your thinking. It helps you make sense of it, even if you don't like it. And I had a great yesterday, a great question by one of the students, like, what if you don't like what you're reading? Here's my pitch. It doesn't matter. You always have to make meaning. If you're reading about a desk and its creation at a factory, you should find some way to connect that to your world. And I can say that I've sat in desks, I've, broken desks. So, there's always something to find in your reading that connects to you. That's your responsibility as a reader, is you have to find meaning. If you can't, then you're not working hard enough. And that's part of your job, is as a thinking, like critical, thinking human being, we have the ability to read and make sense of it. That's what you're supposed to do, literally, naturally. So anyway, that's your today's work. And then when you're done today, I actually have in the folder is I have so here's the PDF of the folder. Then you're going to be taking, annotated notes, at least 10. So this should be most of your work today. It should take about 35, 40 minutes. And then I want you to take a quiz that's in this folder. This quiz is actually going to test kind of like a short little comprehension. I bet you're all going to do very well if you take your time and do your annotations. Okay? So I will see you on, I guess I'll see you, some of you, next Monday. If in the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow with our first chapters Wednesdays, and that'll be it for the week. All right. Hasta luego, everyone.